Oh, Lord Jesus, so much work. I got all the kids fed, and now I'm headed to my next location. Let's see if this, I'm all the way back at the back of my house. Let's see if I can, let's see, me drive. Yeah, all right. Get to work at a decent time. I got 20 minutes, 15 minutes. I think I'll be a little late. That's okay. So I came back on my live because I wanted to talk some more about more time. I can get to the back. It's probably gonna cut out. Have you guys ever seen this Western? It's like really, really good. It's gonna keep cutting out until I get to the end of the road because, like I said, I'm in the woods, and so this is it's so bad. Here it's getting all tangled in my seatbelt. But this is so over dramatic, and the storyline is just really, really good. And I was just curious if anyone had ever heard of Johnny Guitar, and if you like Westerns. My parents watched so much Westerns when we were growing up, I can't help but like, I don't like war stuff too much. I don't like a lot of the ones where they have conflict with Native Americans and stuff, but this one is more centered around a train. I think it's a train station that's being built, a railway that's being built in this town, and who's going to have ownership over it and all of this kind of stuff. And it's really good. Like, it's very over dramatic. It's centered around the women, as opposed to where most Westerns are mostly male focused. And I think that's what drew me to it, is because it's more a women's focused type. Wayne or anything like that, you know, his stuff is kind of scripted, and you can kind of follow all of them, have the same kind of energy, you know. But this one is very, you know, female power boss type Western. It's really good. So if you haven't seen it, Johnny Guitar, it's Joan Crawford and Mercedes McCambridge. Like, I actually named my puppy Mercedes McCambridge after that actress because she was so fierce in that. And I loved it. And there's this other, it's not a Western, it's more of like a old Hollywood movie called Sunset Boulevard. Have you guys ever seen that? Like, I loved Sunset Boulevard. It's also a very, I don't know how to explain it, like a very dramatic, over dramatic movie about an actress who had a very good career, I guess, through the warring, I forget the timeline now, 20s, I guess. No, it wasn't the 20s, it was a little bit further along than that. But she was back during the time of like old Hollywood, and she kind of like, you know, she grew old and she wanted to revive her career. It seems like a lot of scripts are like that, some of the older movies, and it's really good though. And she has a young love interest, and it's just a mess. He's kind of like gotten himself involved with her and then another lady, and it didn't turn out good for him. And if you haven't seen Sunset Boulevard, the original one is so good. It's a black and white film, and it's so good. And I can't think of the actress's name right now that plays that part, but she's a very well-known actress. I want to say Glenn Close played that part, Sunset Boulevard, on Broadway. I haven't seen that version of it, so I don't know you know, if it's really good or not. I think I saw an article or something like that that said she played that on Broadway, which I'm pretty sure she'd be really good at it because it takes a really strong actor to play that kind of a role. Because she plays kind of like a over the top, you know, glamazon, you know, type lady. So it's cute. And have you ever seen this other old classic called Whatever Happened to Baby Jane? It's these two actresses. Also, like kind of black and white old movie. And one sister's like handicapped. It's kind of like a plot twist. You don't know if the one sister was jealous of the other sister's career and she kind of ran her over with a car. And she's keeping her like hostage up in their mansion, and this lady gets involved also with a younger guy, and she's jealous that her sister's going to take the guy from her because she was such a well-known actress and all of that. So she has her hidden up in her bedroom, and she stops feeding her and just kind of harassing her sister. And then at the end, when people start to find out that she's got her sister up there trapped, she takes her sister to the beach. She's all panicked and crying and, you know, forgetful about what she did to her sister. And it's too late. Like, the police are after her. They're trying to, you know, figure out what's going on. And she's just gone completely nuts. Like, she's out there just getting ice cream cones and acting like her career is fixing to take off. And she's on the beach just dancing. And people are just standing there like, who the hell is these ladies out here? Just gone crazy. Like, they're out there just Looney Tunes out there on the beach. The other sister, because she hadn't had anything to eat, she's literally starved to death. And she's just laying there, you know, she can't walk. And she's drug her sister all the way to the beach. And then she's out there just dancing around. And, and that's the way it ends. The police goes down to get her and it goes off. But it's the whole entire thing is really good. If you ever get a chance, yeah, I think the name of it is called Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. It's one of my favorites. I love that movie. I can watch that over and over again. And there's another movie too that I liked. I just can't think of the name of it now. So yeah, I've been watching a lot of BLs from the Philippines. I'm still following Amore, and Amore is really, really good. We still don't know who's the real father of that baby and where this girl has gone. Like, she's just kind of like floated off disappeared and dropped her kid off, left her with the father and the roommate. And it's a mess. Like, it's a complete mess. And they still keep dropping like little episodes like on the weekends, and I love the way they do it because they'll drop an episode like, say, Saturday morning or Sunday morning, and then I think another episode will come at night, and then another episode like kind of the next day. So like 3 episodes within probably 24 hours is kind of how they've been doing it. And the episodes are really intense. They're like really, really good actors. All the actors on Amore are really good actors from the Philippines. And I try to follow all of them on Instagram. It's kind of hard because I don't know the sub-actors' names just yet. I know their character names, I just don't know their actor names, and I haven't quite found all of them, but some of them I found, and they whenever they post stuff, I always like message them like, where's that baby at? And they always like click like on there and stuff like that because they know what I'm talking about. And I don't know if it's still filming over there, like if this is a season 2, season 1, I really don't know. It's a very long BL series, and it has not disappointed. Like, it has been like getting better and better and better and better. And I was shocked like how good it is. Like, it's well written and the acting is superb in it. So I just can't wait to see tonight's episode. And it's written, like, it's in English subtitles, but they do speak a lot of English in the Philippines, so you almost don't have to really watch the subtitles at some point because, you know, you can kind of figure it out. But then there is some heavy Tagalog language in there as well. But for the most part, they speak a lot of English, so it's pretty cool. And to me, a lot of Spanish too. So it's like Spanglish mixed all into their language, English and Spanish mixed in. So I don't know, but it will probably be very easy for me to pick up Tagalog because I'm like, it's almost kind of easy to follow. I've been watching this boy band also, this series with this boy band series from the Philippines, and two of the members of this boy band fell in love with each other. Like one guy's straight, the other one was gay, and they kind of like, the gay one had a breakup and he had like a really bad meltdown, and his bandmate just was trying to care for him because like he was so distraught over that breakup, and he took like really really good care of him and didn't leave him alone that night that he had that meltdown, and they bonded. And I think by them bonding they started spending a lot of time together, like, you know, just to kind of get to know each other. And within, you know, a few episodes they were kind of like, the straight one was starting to question his feelings. Like, he goes, I have a girlfriend, you know, haven't been together in a long time, but he didn't tell that guy, that the gay guy, that he had a girlfriend. And she just kind of like, once they kind of like started to like each other, this girl kind of pops up, like, you know, out of the woodworks, and he's like, bitch, you got a girlfriend? You know. And at that point they kind of had already seemed to have like bonded to the point where they were falling in love with each other. And then this girl shows up out of nowhere, and he tells his girlfriend, like, you know, we're not together, like, why are you back here? She goes, oh, I really missed you. I had to put my career first before our relationship. And he was like, oh, but, you know, we're not together. Like, he was trying to tell her, like, I'm kind of with somebody else, but he really didn't want to say to her that I'm in love with a guy, because he hadn't really admitted to himself that he was in love with the guy. Like, he still was kind of questioning himself, even though he was kind of going with the flow with it. And him and the girl started sleeping together. And then once that happened and the gay guy saw that, he was, oh, I guess this is just in my head, like I'm just imagining things. So he started seeing one of his friends who had a crush on him. And once the straight guy saw them together, like they all ran into each other one night out, and man, he lost it. Like, the straight guy lost it. He was like, oh, hell no. You know, and he's like, he's over here with his girlfriend, but he's like throwing subtle hints that he is not happy that, you know, he's seeing somebody. And it just got so freaking messy, and it was really good. And so the girl kind of picked up on it after they all hung out, that he was in love with his bandmate and her boyfriend. She confronted him. She goes, I know that you're in love with him. She goes, but you're going to have to compete with me to give him. I'm not just going to hand him over to you. And so they started to kind of like fight over him. The gay guy quickly broke up with his friend and apologized and all of that. And then they started kind of like trying to win him over. And this most recent episode this weekend was like them fighting over him. And then finally the girl lost it, like, bitch, you're gonna have to make a decision. Who do you want to be with? And then the gay guy had ran off because he was like thinking that he was gonna pick his girlfriend over him. And when he walked away, he told that girl, like, I'm setting you free, like, I can't be with you, I'm sorry. And you know, she ran off. And so I don't know what's going to happen next weekend, but I can't wait, because it's silly, but it's so good. Like, I love, like, it's believable and it's good. And it's a kind of like, I don't know, like, you know, height wise, the straight guy's kind of short and the gay guy's much taller, but it kind of still works. Like, it looks kind of awkward when they're together, but it's the appearance wise, it works still. Like, you can tell that they're such strong actors, they can make it believable, because almost it doesn't look believable, kind of, but the acting is so good, then you kind of go along with it. Like, oh, okay. Opposites attract, in height wise. Straight guy can fall in love with a openly gay guy. Like, it's just crazy that. All right, Philippines, y'all working it out with the entertainment. I love it. Like, I love the fact that they put everything on YouTube. It's free for you to stream and watch. It's in English subtitles, so if you don't speak Tagalog, it's fine. A lot of these Filipino films, I don't want to say all of them because I've watched a bunch of them, are heavily English usage. And I don't know if that's a class thing, or I'm assuming it's a class level thing. Like, the more English you speak, the more higher level you are as in education and culture, I guess, over there. I don't really know. But it's really cool. Like, I'm just going to go along with it. And there's so many good, I couldn't believe for the Philippines, like, y'all got a lot of really good soap operas. Like, you have a lot of really good ones that are well written, really good, strong actors that make you believe their characters. And, I just really appreciate that. Like, the Thailand and Philippines, I'm just like locked in, loaded. Like, I'm really starting to pick up a little bit of Tagalog again. Like, I'm not trying to, but after you watch so much and hear the same stuff over and over again, it gets stuck in my head. And so I just absorb it. Like, if I don't use the language, I'm not going to hold too much of it in my head. Like, with Spanish, I stopped practicing it. But if people come around me and start talking, I can kind of quickly switch it back on and start picking it up, because I guess I was doing it for so long. I guess I have not completely forgotten it. Not to get off the topic of the BLs, but I'm just saying, because these are foreign language films, some people might be annoyed with not able to understand the language, but it is in English subtitles, and so you can subtitle in a couple of different languages, and it's really good. Like, it's nice that they even do that, because some don't. And I watched a few that don't have subtitles. I just watch them anyway, I just kind of took a back burner to American films, because I just kind of I don't see myself in a lot of stuff. And if I don't see myself in it, why am I watching it? Like, I'm going to watch something somewhere else that entertains me, and, more of what I really want to see, because I get tired of seeing stereotypical shit about, African American people, and it's African American people writing this shit, and it's like, I can't relate to this. Like, this doesn't have anything to do with me. It doesn't affect my life one way or the other. I don't even have people in my circle that live like this. So why am I sitting here, checkboxing stuff that I can't relate to? And so that's why I started watching a lot of foreign language films and stuff, just to get away from all of the boring stuff that's, people keep mass producing and stuff. I can only watch so much Tyler Perry and watch so much Oprah Winfrey and then try to swallow all of that nonsensical stuff. It's entertaining, but in reality, I can't relate to it, because my life don't look like that. I don't know what black people's lives look like, some of the stuff that they come up with, but good for him. If that's the way, maybe you have to live in a certain, Atlanta, Chicago, I don't know. Like, I can't. But yeah, it's entertaining, but I just like, I prefer to watch something else, because I can only watch so much Medea and all that stuff. So I love theater, and I used to do a lot of theater. I have a theater degree and stuff like that, so a lot of my background is theater. So I love acting and good actors and stuff like that. So all the stuff I studied in school is still in my head. I haven't forgotten it. And that was so long ago. And so maybe that's why I like these, these young, fresh actors that are out here in the Philippines and Thailand. And what I love about Thailand acting is that these actors not only, act, they sing, they dance. Some of them are awesome dancers. They play instruments. They record their own music. I'm like, wow. Like, you talking about triple threat, they're quadruple threats. You know what I mean? Like, they can do so. They're so strong in acting and so strong in playing instruments and such strong singers that it blows you away that you're not realizing that the person who's music playing in the background is the same person acting in the movie. And I think, like, when I first saw Lovesick series, it blew me away to know that Captain, which was Noah, it was like Poon and Noah. Noah was the one singing the damn song in the background. And in the movie, in this, I think Lovesick 2, he was playing instruments in the little band area. He was wearing them little instruments out, and I was shocked. I was like, this boy is really talented. For them to appear to be so young. I don't know what their real ages at the time when they did all these films, but they looked very young, and to be that talented, to be able to sing as mature as he did, love ballad, and then be able to play all them instruments and act and cry on cue, and mature enough to kiss on cue and everything else. I was just like, wow. And I was hooked. Like, I was like sold on all of that, because I was like, wow, these are really talented people. Like, I never seen that much talent in one actor. Usually they can't dance. Like, if you have a theater degree, you can see all of the hoopla once you get in the theater, who can do what. Like, everybody's sizing everybody up. And even at Disney World, when we were working in parks and you audition, people bragging about how good they can sing and bragging about how, they can do a box square step or whatever. And that's just the acting world. Like, people, it's competition, so you get to feel people out, like who can really do what, so And for me, I have an eye for that kind of stuff, because that's really my background, was arts, theater arts. And so, people don't want to think you have no talent. You see me, I sing, I dance, I do my own stuff on Instagram. I'm in the 50s club, but I'm still gonna keep doing me. Like, I'm gonna do me. I didn't achieve the things I really wanted to in life, but that's no here or there. Like, I'm here to do me. I'm doing me, like you gonna do you. So I'm at work now, so I gotta go. I'm 10 minutes late. Oops. Bye, everybody. It's nice talking. We'll chat again soon. Okay, now how do I stop this thing? I always forget how to deactivate. I don't know how to make it. Okay, how do I guess that's how I do it.